Hey, Allie,
Yeah.
let's get deep.
Deep.
Deep,
Deep.
deep,
Deep. Deep.
deep, deep. So, you guys know what that means. We're going to play our favorite game.
Our favorite card game.
First, we have to apologize.
What do we need to apologize for, Kirsten?
We skipped last week. We skipped recording and also uploading, but we have a good reason.
We do. What is the reason?
Do you guys want to know the reason?
Don't judge us. We live in LA.
We live in LA and there's little tiny critters in the house, and we just had to clear it out.
We had to get him out of there. And I got to say, Kirsten, you were a very good friend because you came and helped me do all the stupid shit you got to do for it.
Yeah.
And it made it so much easier and better because that's like my nightmare.
I feel like I could have helped a little more. I should have came earlier because we could have got more done.
You did good.
Okay.
But
thank you.
That is my nightmare. I'm just like, why? I should just move out at this point.
Right. If you're like moving everything around. But there's some people that do that kind of stuff. Like they do like a clear out of their house like spring cleaning?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do like sections of my house.
But not like the whole thing at once. Yeah. It's a lot.
And in a studio, like it was piling up. Like we were running out of places to put the shit in my cabinets.
Yeah. Yeah. There was just nothing, nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was an emergency situation, but
we're back, guys.
We're back.
And better than ever. Just kidding.
Just kidding. We're depressed as fuck.
Yeah, we just want to crawl in a hole, crawl under bed and like curl up and not do this. But we're here for you, okay?
We're here because we know that you could not live another week without us.
I know how it is. I know how it is with my favorite podcasts when they don't show up for me. Actually, they never don't show up for me.
Yeah,
so,
I gotta say, shouts out Crime Junkies. I feel like they always have an episode. Everyone always has an episode ready to go.
We need some producers or something behind us.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't want a producer because we are the producers. I don't want someone telling us what to do.
Yeah, but let's not compare ourselves to these podcasts that have a million listeners and like have been doing it for years and years and years.
Guys, we're doing our best.
We are. But we
could do
dark
better.
outside. It's dark outside at 3 p.m. now.
Yeah,
so
it's out of control.
It's been hard.
It has been really hard. I don't like the winter in general.
Me either. That's why I moved here.
Yeah, but like the winter in LA is like, it's not worse, but because of daylight savings time, it's just dark so freaking early.
So early it gets dark. I feel like I'm like in a little lair in my studio.
Yeah.
Because it's just always dark.
Well, your studio especially though is
I don't get a lot of light in
You
there.
don't, because you have like, you're not facing any outside wall, like you're facing another apartment building or something. So it's like,
yeah, all my windows is just the apartment next door.
Ours is pretty dark too, except for the bedroom. The other rooms are just like covered in a palm tree.
Oh yeah. Yeah, your
it's
like main room gets a lot of light.
The bedroom does.
Oh, like the inspo room?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the main room doesn't really.
Oh, you have those big windows.
We have the big windows, but they're covered with like plants, yeah, which is pretty, but like
it is pretty.
It's just not like sunlight coming in. No dapples of sunlight coming in, really. A little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah, I get really depressed around this time of year.
Me too. It happens every year.
Every
year I forget about it. I mean, it's not like I forget, but
yeah, I definitely dread it, but not as I should.
Yeah. It just like comes really quickly too. It literally comes with the
you're like having fun for Halloween and stuff, and then it's like, actually just kidding. It's
fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate it. Isn't it going away though? Arizona doesn't even have to do daylight savings anymore.
I grew up in Indiana and we didn't have to do it until like later. I don't know. I want to say I was already an adult when they started doing it. Like I feel like they started doing it when I was in college or something. We do. I don't understand. Like, I've heard different theories on the reason why. I've heard people say it's so that children, like school children, are safe on the bus in the mornings.
Oh, I've heard that theory too.
And then...
But what about me?
Yeah. What about me?
What about my mental health?
What about my mental health?
Fuck them kids.
But I was talking
Just
to
kidding.
I was talking to my brother about it, and what did he say? He looked it up too, and he found a different reason. It was like, for farmers.
Oh, I've heard that too.
Anywho, let's get deep. And then we're gonna get into this this shit. You guys read the title? We're not playing games.
We're not. But we are playing games because it's a game.
So we're gonna pick up.
Just gonna do it?
You asked me.
Okay, Kirsten. What was the last thing you had to meticulously prepare for? Meticulously.
I feel like I used to be more of a meticulous preparer, but this year I've been really depressed. I realize it's been this entire year I've been really sad and like not. I've been stuck in fight or flight mode, and therefore like not being able to make myself do anything because I'm like, people just die.
Yeah, I think
and
this is like a hard
like it doesn't
time.
matter.
This is a hard time for the whole world.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like I start to think about things and I just care about things less because it's like, and I don't want to be like, oh, woe is me because my life is pretty good in general, but like, just like fucking curveballs were thrown at me a lot last year. Mm-hmm. And it makes me just think like it doesn't matter if I do try to like plan for things because like shit just happens. Yeah. Like I can try to set myself up for like success or a good life, but then my cat dies, out of nowhere, or just like shit.
Your roommate's a cunt.
Yeah. Shit just fucking happens, and it's really annoying. And I feel like I'm getting to the place where it's like mindset is good, but I can't remember the last time I meticulously planned for something. It's probably like when I was running like events.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind.
Your question is, what was the last thing you did that made you feel like a kid again?
Oh, I think probably Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh.
At Universal Studios.
That's fun.
Because I was just like so amused by everything there, and I was like scared, and like it was just fun.
That is going to an amusement park in general. It definitely like
kind of brings that out.
Yeah, brings out the inner child. But Halloween Horror Nights sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
Now that we're done with that, we got a real one for you guys. This one I feel like is hard to talk about because there's not really research that's backed up. It's like a lot of anecdotal stuff.
Yeah, like first person experiences that there has been some studies about what it could be, but it's just hard because is it real? Is it dreaming? Is it a brain tumor? Like, what is it? So, Kirsten, you know how it's been raining?
It has been today, yeah.
And it's sad.
Yeah, it's real sad.
I wish I could just teleport somewhere.
Yeah, like fly out of your body.
Maybe just fly out.
Float around.
Just fly out of my body.
Where would you go?
Have a proper OBE.
Where would you go if you had a proper OBE? That's out of body experience for listeners out there.
I might go to motherfucking Hawaii or something.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah, somewhere warm, pretty.
They say in Hawaii they don't want the tourists, but if you were astral projecting, it'd be like you weren't even there.
Yeah, exactly. I could go without going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this episode is about...
It's about
astral projection. That's kind of good.
That was kind of good, yeah. It's like melodic. Well, yeah. So I'm Kirsten.
I'm Allie.
And you're listening to
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
astral
projection. We're kind of stupid. Did you guys like that? Did you like that?
Do you like it?
It's astral projection, also known in the metaphysical world as out of body experience or OBE.
OBE, my love.
is, what is it? It's basically when your mind leaves the body.
You're withdrawing oneself from the physical body and transcending to another realm.
Have you seen the Netflix series? There's a Netflix series about astral projection, and I really liked it. It was popular in 2020, but it's kind of soapy. So it's like about this woman. I watched it not knowing that it was about astral projection, and I feel like it's better if you watch it without knowing about it or knowing that it's about that, because it's more like twisty and turny.
What is it called?
It's called Behind Her Eyes.
Okay, I've heard of that a bunch, like on social media and stuff, but I never watched it.
It was good, in my opinion, but I feel like...
Did Langston like it?
Langston didn't like it. Or wait, no, I don't think... No. Actually, Langston never watched it with me. Oh. But I feel like he would not like it.
Is it a thriller?
It's a thriller. It's definitely a thriller. It's got a lot of spooky elements to it. Basically, it follows this woman and her husband.
Don't tell me anything about it, because I like going into movies where I don't know shit.
Yeah, you just have to watch it. It's a series.
Oh, it's a series.
I would do a rewatch. It's a mini series. I think it's like 6 episodes.
Okay.
I would do a rewatch of it.
Okay.
I kind of liked it, but I remember really liking it at the time when it came out. But now I feel like I've watched a lot of things that are similar in style to that, so I feel like it might not be as cool. But I don't know. Worth a watch anyway. Mm-hmm. Anywho, astral projection, and I've read a lot that basically you can tap into it in your sleep or while you're dreaming, or you basically have to be lying down and
meditating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's believed in a lot of like old ancient cultures, like the Egyptians, the Chinese, the East Asian cultures, even Native American, like just all kinds of different cultures, that the soul is not connected to the body. So a lot of them thought that the body's soul could travel, and that there was another realm besides the physical realm that they could visit. So it's like a really old concept. Like, it's not like new age, like whatever, a lot of religions too, like think reality is just one plane of existence and a spiritual plane exists somewhere. Some people think parallel universes are where you can go to astral project. Some people think that you can astral project into the real world and go see real things, like go to someone's classroom or go to...
See, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. So that's one thing that people say. And then some people think you can just go visit a different realm. And they think that you're not actually in this reality when you astral project. So I don't know if there's like 2 different types or how to do it, or if that's just 2 different beliefs based on people's experiences. But basically, when you astral project, you are allowing your soul to go travel places. It almost sounds like a lucid dream, honestly, because people mention realizing that they're astral projecting and then asking for things like, I want to see my higher self, or...
Yeah, it sounds like a mix between lucid dreaming and sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of freezing your body in place,
mm-hmm.
and then your mind is going off.
So, is it real? Is it not? I think
you just got to try it out.
You got to try it for yourself. I think the experiences people have feel real.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think that, like, there's got to be some truth in it, because there's so many people that have, like, written about it, so many books on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different cultures, like I said, I don't know, like, these ancient cultures that existed back in the day, I trust them.
It's because they didn't have to worry about taxes.
They didn't have to...
They didn't have to worry about healthcare and taxes.
They didn't have to worry about healthcare and taxes.
They could just do it themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Also, I think they had aliens visit them and tell them the secrets of the world.
Oh yeah, I was reading some theories about astral projection and alien visitation.
Yeah, I saw a lot of alien stuff with astral projection.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you go to different planets and stuff.
Maybe astral projection is just alien abduction. Maybe it's the aliens getting
us. Shit.
Because, like, there's so many people that have real stories that they tell about being abducted by aliens.
True.
And then
just been their soul.
I'm gonna read you this guy's description of his own person or his own experience with it, his very first experience with it, and it sounds like he's getting abducted by aliens.
No way, that's scary.
I mean, a little bit.
I mean, that could be true. It could be that. I mean, I'm not ruling anything out. In the year 2024 of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I'm not ruling anything out.
That's next year.
Well, we're basically there.
We are basically there.
I'm just going to start saying it so it's not such a shock.
Yeah. I feel like it's still 2020.
I know.
It's really weird that 2020 really is 3 whole years ago.
Almost 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that
weird.
Is really weird.
I hate time.
I don't like it.
That's why I think, you know.
That's why I think YOLO, and let's just fucking live off the land.
Let's live off the land.
I don't want to pay rent anymore. What happens if I don't pay rent?
LOTL, bro. Just
LOTL. I quit.
I'm going to go LOTL now.
Honestly, it's really hard to get evicted, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Just from my own observations.
Yeah. Well, I've also, I don't know. I feel like California has pretty good laws.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah,
but,
how do we get on this path here?
I don't know, just I don't know. But in any case, astral projection is a thing that may or may not be real.
I know what I was going to say. I don't know yet about astral projection as like a thing that you do on purpose and like but I do believe in certain outer body experiences.
What do you mean by that?
Let me tell you. There's this show on Netflix called Surviving Death, and it's about people who had near-death experiences. And this one girl, actually, I mean, everyone's story was very similar.
Oh, I think I started to watch that show, but I never finished it.
Well,
was that also a 2020 show?
It's 2021, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's a weird show. Like, it kind of changes throughout the season. Like, it's short, but it starts with near-death experiences, and then it goes to mediums, and then it goes to reincarnation. So it's kind of like all of that. But the first couple episodes are about near-death experiences, and this one lady, which everyone has like a story kind of like this, but her story was she was getting surgery done, and her eyelids were taped closed, and she had an outer body experience where she floated up like towards the corner of the hospital room and was looking down on herself and the doctors. And she remembered certain details about how the table was set up, who was in the room, what was being talked about, stuff like that when she woke up.
Ooh.
And the doctors were like, how would you know that? How could you even know?
She astral project.
Yeah. Right. So I think I believe in that kind of stuff.
Have you ever?
There's some real stuff there.
Have you ever been under anesthesia?
No.
I have one time, and it is really fucking weird.
Really?
Because like you just close your eyes and then you wake up and you've been operated on.
Whoa.
Like that's what it felt like to me. Like I didn't feel like I had even fallen asleep. It was like I closed my eyes and then I opened them. Whoa. And then my finger is stitched up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've never been under anesthesia. I'm a little scared.
It was really weird. I mean, it worked.
Yeah,
for me, it really fucking worked.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool because it's like I didn't have to go through a whole surgery. I just like closed my eyes and then opened them. But then it's freaky because you don't know like what they did, or like it really did feel like I lost control of my body.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea what they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what they did by looking at my finger, but like they could have done other stuff to my body. And I don't fucking know.
I know, that's creepy. It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, doctors probably aren't going around doing that, but
yeah, they are, dude. I've seen some lawsuits out there.
Really?
Yes.
Ew.
Have you heard of like
there's like multiple people in the room for those surgeries?
Yeah, fucking surgeons are. I don't trust them.
Ew. Well, I don't trust many.
Why would you want to be a surgeon? Like who wants?
Because you want to save people's lives.
Okay, you're right. There are the good people, but like some people just like that shit.
Yeah, they're like into the
gore of it.
Yeah.
They like the body and they want to like chop people up.
Yeah, probably, honestly.
Really?
I bet some people do that.
Do you know how many like serial killers are surgeons?
Ew.
I say that like it's an actual fact, but
I know.
it probably is.
She's like, I just saw this on the internet.
I just saw it in a horror film once, but I think it's I think it's real. You know, the human centipede. He was a surgeon.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly. Anywho, what else we got here? Do we want to talk about some of the real stories that we heard?
Oh, well, first, how would one astral project if they wanted to? You have to be completely relaxed, which is why I think this will never work for me. But you have to be completely relaxed, no tension in your body. Mentally, you need to be relaxed. Your energies must be evenly dispersed. They recommend unblocking chakras to balance your energy. You must have lucidity to recall your astral journey. This is why I feel like it's a dream because it sounds like a lucid dream. I lucid dream all the time, and it sounds like that because this is just what it reminds me of. So to have a lucid dream, you do the same things to like remember your dreams and stuff. You have to pretty much repeat, I'm going to remember my journey. I'm going to remember my journey.
Have you done that?
My journey. I did it with dreaming one time, but I didn't remember the next day.
Okay.
So I don't know. But they say you should say it out loud. So that your physical brain can remember. They say that there's a physical brain and an astral brain.
Okay.
And like you have to be able to connect the two with like, you know, your journey that you had. They have to be connected and some people's aren't. So right when you come out of the astral projection, you're supposed to like write down names of people, locations, any details that you remember. They also recommend not setting alarms because it'll jolt your brain awake and then make you forget what you just went through. You know, like a dream. And if you do set an alarm, it should be like melodic and pretty and easy to hear, you know, not just like jolting. And everyone's experiences are going to be different. So some people,
say that, so there's a disclaimer.
I know. I know. I still don't know if I believe it, but some people go into different realms, like I said, or some people go into like this reality and see things that are there. Some people, I don't know. We're gonna get into the stories of people's experiences.
I feel like I can't sit here and say it's not real unless I do it myself.
Right. We haven't done it, and it takes a lot of practice. That's the thing, is like the book I read was saying that you should practice at least 15 times in 1 month. And by the end of the month, you should be able to astral project.
See, I checked out a book from my local library entitled something about astral projecting.
Local library. That's our library.
At our local library. But I checked out the book and it's called like Astral Project in 90 Days or something like that.
Oh, 90 days.
Can you guess when that book was published? Like what time period? Just based on the name? Because I feel like that was like a thing.
The early 2000s.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah. And the book talks about how you can like order the CD.
Oh my God. Dude, there was someone handing out CDs on the street in Santa Monica the other day.
Why are people still doing that?
You know how they do? You know how they do?
I don't know why they still do that,
but
though.
I'm like,
it's like,
how are you gonna? Who's listening to CDs, bro?
I guess like
where's your Spotify link?
Some people still have one in their car.
Yeah, Bopa says she has one, but I haven't had one in a while.
I feel like
my car's a 2017 and it didn't have one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most modern cars probably don't. I liked having a CD player in my car, though. I do too. It's kind of nice. There's something about like being on the road and then like listening to the entire album, you know. But in any case,
we keep getting off track.
We do, guys. We're bouncing around, but I'm having a good time.
Me too.
I hope you guys like this roller coaster. I feel like this. I really feel like the way we're set up and the way that we are talking right now, it feels like those podcasts that you see of like just like the friends sitting around the table and they just start talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like ours is like somewhat structured, right? I'm rambling because we don't have as much content. we don't have as many facts for this
right,
one.
Right. Because
we don't have any factoids for you guys.
Factoids. Yeah. We don't even know if it's real.
I will tell you that can I talk about Robert Peterson?
Oh, please do.
So I found his book online, and he has published his entire book, and it's available for free. Just you can like find his website, and it's like a very 90s looking like website with this entire book just on it. But you can also buy it. But
you could probably find it on Spotify since they just allowed audiobooks.
Oh yeah, if he has it as an audiobook. But
he might not.
I don't know. His website, like look at his website. It's like very just, you know.
Oh yeah.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
And he's cute. He looks like he knows how to astral project. Like he looks like a hobbit nymph person. Like there's a picture, the very first picture of him is him like peeping from behind a tree.
He's like, oh, hello there.
He's just like a older guy with like white straight hair.
It's like a bowl cut.
A bowl cut.
A page boy haircut.
Yeah. And a mustache.
He has kind eyes.
He does. But he has a whole freaking blog. He's been writing since 2012. And he has like anywhere from like 12 to 26 entries a year. So he's like active.
Dang.
He's active on his blog.
Okay.
He wrote a book, and I skimmed some of it, and I thought chapter 3 was interesting because he talks about his very first contact, which is like his first out-of-body experience.
Oh.
And this is September 9th, 1979. Imagine.
Damn, 1979. You don't even have Google.
Yep. So he got a book, and I've seen this when I was researching. I had seen this book referenced a few times. It's Journeys Out of the Body by Robert A. Monroe. Mm-hmm. This guy gives a very methodical process for being able to astral project. And I think it's basically what you had mentioned before. So it's like the first step is to relax. Then you drift between waking and sleeping consciousness. Mm. Then you clear your mind of all thoughts. Mm-hmm. You have to think of nothing. And then this one, I don't think you mentioned, but I've heard this in other resources too. Did you hear anything about the vibrations?
Yes, I saw all
about
that.
Using imaginary lines of force to call the vibrations. That's the final step, apparently. But
also, dim lighting, no distractions. Shouldn't be pitch black. Make sure you got a little bit of light in there.
Oh, I didn't know about that part.
Mm-hmm.
So he did this process for the first time, and he's struggling to keep his mind blank, but finally does.
How does he know how to do this?
From the book. He read the book and
he read the book.
Yeah. He said
there was a book written in 1979 about astral projecting.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he says, my brother Joe knew my dad was interested in the occult, so for Father's Day, Joe gave him the book Journeys Out of the Body by Robert A. Monroe.
Oh. Okay. I got confused.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Because they're both named Robert.
Oh, gotcha.
So
this is Robert Peterson.
Yeah.
AKA Bob.
Yeah, I got a little confused.
So we're gonna, so anyway, he read about it in the book and he was fascinated, and so he tried it himself.
Okay.
And I think that, I don't know if he was a kid during this time or how old he was, but he seems like he was young. So anyway, he does those 4 steps that he mentions, and he says, I was just about to give up when I felt a heavy twang in my head. It felt as if the lines of force had somehow become real and had touched a 110-volt power line.
Oh shit.
So it's like you have these imaginary, like you imagine lines of force. I'm like imagining like blue lasers for some reason.
Yeah. Me too.
And they call them the vibrations. So then he like heard something, and then I pulled the lines of force back towards me, but much to my surprise, the quote unquote electricity I felt at the end of those lines was also being pulled towards me. So he was trying to like get out of it, but then it was like pulling towards it, like without his control. And it felt like I had a fishing line, and I felt a sharp bite. And then it's like a kind of electrical vibration swept into my body. And that was his first time. And then he says, somehow I could see through my closed eyelids.
Oh.
I saw a blue ring of electrical fire flying right towards my head.
Whoa.
So, I mean, that, like seeing through the eyelids, you know, that's like what that lady said. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the electrical thing a couple times when I was researching for this, but...
The vibrations.
This one guy in one of the stories I was reading said that he felt like electricity was going throughout his body, but it didn't hurt. It was just very powerful, and like the vibrations were like really strong, and he felt super powerful or something. Like Thor.
Magic.
He's like a Thor.
A Thor. Did you have another one?
God of Thunder.
God of Thunder.
Oh yeah, I have an actual story. Okay, well this one is a story from Reddit. I've had many experiences with astral projection. Last winter we had not very much snow, and I astral projected one afternoon. I decided to go for a walk outside. No snow. So he's in his astral projection phase right now, walking outside with no snow. While walking, I let my mind wander. Big mistake. And suddenly I was walking knee deep in snow. It pays to stay focused while astral projecting, or the scenery can change. And then I went to a park, walked around. Most people would not speak to me and kept walking.
This sounds like lucid dreaming.
I know. I met a guy there who seemed friendly, but we didn't talk. In another, when I got out of my body, I said, take me to a higher vibration, and ended up meeting my guides. Totally cool. I find that planning my astral trips seemed to help me to get where I want to go. In more recent one, I got out and said, take me to my higher self. I met my higher self briefly. I noticed several people standing nearby behind a veil of some sort and thought, who the heck are they? End of trip. But still very good. Lately, I seem to be getting pulled out by my feet. Very disconcerting, but have decided if it happens again, I'll just go with it. I don't get a bad feeling from it. It's just weird.
Okay.
There were some comments like from another dude who was like, I get pulled out by my feet too, man.
I mean, yeah. It's normal.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, I want to try it, but I have never been good at meditating, first of all.
Me either.
Like the thought of just not having any thoughts. I'm always thinking something.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard for me to meditate.
But do we want to get into there's some, doctors talking about it.
The non-believers. Wait, can I read one more story?
Yeah.
Because this one's scary.
Okay.
And again, it sounds like a lucid dream.
Yeah.
But this person had a negative experience with astral projecting. They followed a creature who called herself an awakened witch to see what she was doing. She led me to a male spirit who grabbed me from behind and cut my throat. I knew there was no real pain involved, but it shook me, and I didn't project for several weeks afterwards. Most of my experiences have been fun, enlightening, and wonderful. There are higher dimensions of colors and lights well worth striving to visit. But isn't that creepy?
Yeah.
That sounds like a bad dream.
That sounds like sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
The scary ones are sleep paralysis.
It is like a mix.
Well, I want to try it. I want to try doing the steps sometimes, but I feel like I need to work on my meditation ability first.
Yeah, me too. So what are these doctors, the non-believers out here saying? Okay,
yeah. So some doctors have made some theories on what they think it could be logically, and OBEs, out-of-body experiences, have been linked to various brain lesions and psychiatric disorders, severe emotional states, and near-death experiences. This report, I don't know where you found this from, though.
It's National Library of Medicine.
Okay. Oh, this is from the National Library of Medicine.
This is legit.
This is the National Library?
Yeah, they like, it's like a report written by doctors, but...
Yeah, so it says in our report, OB was found secondary to dissociative disorder. Yeah, so I think they're saying it's kind of, it could be connected to brain lesions or dissociative disorders, psychiatric disorders, epilepsy, some different stuff.
Substance abuse.
Yeah. But like, I need to talk to Robert Peterson.
Yeah.
I need to talk to this guy. I need to read his blog. I want to meet him. I want to read his book.
Let's look for him and see if he'll be on our podcast.
Oh. He's really into it. I wonder if he would.
Maybe.
Do you want to interview him?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God, that'd be so cute.
Let's do it. He has a meme on his Facebook. It's for Spirit Airlines.
Oh.
And it says that only includes your astral body. Your physical body costs extra.
Oh my God, I love him.
He's funny. He's a funny guy.
All right. Well, that's all I have about astral projection for you guys. Do you got anything else?
You a country bumpkin trying to astral project back to the Oklahoma?
You guys weren't here to see that, but I gave Allie a nice blank face. I don't have much more to say, and I kind of want to be done with this podcast now.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say either, except for follow us on Instagram at thankyousomuchpod. Email us at thankyousomuchpod@gmail.com. TikTok, same thing.
Yeah, we have a TikTok.
We don't really post too much, but
we do sometimes. We got really motivated for a little bit, and then, well, you know, we will. We'll be back.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
So, love you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you
love
so
you.
much.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Mwah.